Have you noticed how everything is actually always so peaceful? How, like, the state that the world is in is your state. How you think that the things are is how they are. How you believe that the world is how it is. There is no good or bad in the outside world. If you perceive your current, present experience as peaceful, then it is peaceful. If you see anything as bad, as wrong, as ugly, then it is. But if you don't, then it's not. And so you have in your own hands how you would like the world to be. And what this all means for you is that you have it in your ability, and it's within your reach to 100% modify and change how you approach your experience, how you act while you are encountering your life experience. It's in your hands to decide if things are good or bad, if your experience is peaceful or stressful. And so it's so important that we always remember this, that it's our subjective experience, our all subjective experiences that are making up this world. And so we have this power to become conscious of that and then really decide what life we want to experience. If we want to experience a blissful life, no matter the circumstances, or if we want to go through hell, if we want to struggle. All of these negative emotions, they clearly come from a lack of consciousness, a lack of present awareness. So this is really what it all comes down to. And I encourage you to go out in nature, sit on a bench like I do now, and really get in touch with what I just said. Look at the world. Look at your models of the world. Look at how you judge things. Look at how you project meaning onto things. How you give them a role in your life. And how you really are the driving force behind the energies that all of your experienced moments to moments and energies are really projected by you onto these experiences. This is really powerful stuff, because if you decide to be the driving force, the conscious decision maker of how you approach life, of making the primary choice of how you want to experience your life, then it makes all the difference. If with present awareness you realize that it's what you are making of the situation that is much more powerful than what the experience is actually like. This is much more powerful for your individual experience. For example, you could have two people in the same job, working there every day, 10 hours, and one is miserable and one is joyful. One is growing from the experience, while the other one is numbed and deadened by it. I see that in my workplace. There are literally people doing the same work, and one is approaching it from, whether that's conscious or maybe it's his unconscious pattern that he's living out, but one is approaching it from a very negative point of view. He's clearly not enjoying what he's doing. He's not doing good work. He's just doing the minimal work that's required for him to keep his job. And then there's this other person who's also doing similar tasks, but you approach him and you can feel his energy is completely different. He's always happy to see you. He smiles. He engages you in a short conversation, and he's doing the work with his heart. He's there while he's doing it. He's not thinking about how he can get away from it, how he can avoid it. He will be successful. He will improve himself. This work will improve him. It's not that it's in what you encounter that's making the difference. It's in how you approach it emotionally, how you are actually able to step out into the world and present your best face to whatever you are faced with, what you are presented with. And this is really the key to a successful life and the key to spiritual development. You really have to become, in your daily experience, so mindful, so present, that whatever you're experiencing, every little thing, you naturally pour love onto. You love it just for whatever it is, for itself. The moment-to-moment experience for what it is. And that's really the greatest gift that spiritual development can give you. Whether you become enlightened or not is not the point here. The point is really to see the wholeness in every moment. To see that it's now that you are enlightened. That it's now that you are God. That it's now that is containing everything. It's really everything you could ever wish for is right here. It's not in your goals tomorrow. It's not in more money that you will have. It's not in the next job that will earn you more. It's not in the next girlfriend, or maybe the better house, the better car, or even if all of that means nothing to you. It's not even in your spiritual progress. It's not in your spiritual enlightenment. It's not in some end goal that you will reach. And if you could say you reached that end goal, it's just a realization that it's always now, and that you always had it, and that you could have enjoyed all of this all along and didn't have to wait for a magic moment where you are enlightened. It's full, completely peaceful, whatever you wish for, it's now. And it's your job to realize this. This is really the point. you have to take the responsibility to grow yourself mentally, if you want to approach it from that point of view, to the capacity to realize, to actualize what I just told you. What you just heard really is possible for you. It's not some dream that you can have but never realize. It's actually your highest potential. If you take this on and you say you want nothing less than complete fulfillment of your wholeness in the now, then you can do it. And you have all the resources at your hand. You can do whatever you want. And in this now, how you approach it lies the answer. And I wish more and more people will realize this. And our society really, in my opinion, is a little bit on a wrong track here. We are too objective. We think whatever we wish for comes with these objects, comes with our objective material existence. And we totally forget that it's actually how we approach it. And yes, material wealth, when it hits the right person, can be a beautiful thing. If you are someone who is really enjoying material pleasures, whether that's unconsciously or very consciously, then yes, that can be an expression of love, but it's a very limited one. You can actually also experience that same emotion with everything, whether you look at a tree, a person, a house, a car, whatever, garbage, shit, death. You can love all of that. You can, in every moment, whether it's painful or blissful, be completely peaceful and humbled and really, really deeply thankful for the experience of this very moment. And if I just can spark a little bit of that in you, for you having watched this video, then I think that the purpose of this video was fulfilled for me. That I could share a little bit of what I experience more and more after really being on this journey for more than 10 years. And at this point it's difficult to say anymore if this is not how everybody should live, actually. Because I can only remember back the times when I didn't have this ability to be so present and so all accepting of everything that comes into my life, that I hope that this is something everybody can experience, and maybe even sooner than after 10 years of training in spirituality, in mindfulness practices. But even if the journey is beautiful, don't let 10 years of practice sound too much to you. I can tell you from my point of view, time goes by anyways, and it's a practice you can do while your life unfolds in many different other ways, and so it doesn't hinder you in any way from achieving your other goals. And so you can practice this all day: happiness, mindfulness, present awareness, whatever you want to call it, while you are living your very best life on all levels. And so I really, really encourage you to take up this practice and infuse your everyday experience with all of those emotions that you want to feel more of. And your brain, your mind will learn to take these emotions on more and more often. And I can tell you now, my experience really has changed over the years. And I just let everything come for what it is. I'm thankful for whatever comes, and this makes it a lot more, I don't know which word to use, but a lot more pleasant, a lot more peaceful, blissful even. And so that's really what I wanted to share in this video, and hope you get something out of it too. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.